very recently had my cookie stolen by a fake Firefox add-on claiming to be Roblox Plus, not knowing that Roblox Plus doesn't actually have a Firefox add-on. But I was able to figure out that it was fake very quickly by looking at the add-on's reviews and do the secure sign out in time. Remember, if you see a scam, always do your best to warn people about it. You can help save a lot of accounts that way. At one point around 2019, there was also a more niche variant of this scam where a scammer would tell you that if you entered some JavaScript they sent you into your search bar while on the Roblox website, it would grant you some kind of reward. This, of course, was fake, and the script would just spend all of your Robux on a t-shirt owned by the scammer. I think in 2023, we all pretty much know not to click on links we don't know or copy and paste anything weird into our browser. Just make sure to check any Roblox links extra carefully, and you can easily avoid these types of scams. However, things can get much more complicated when instead of stealing your sensitive information from you with external websites and scripts, they get you to send that information to them completely willingly, with something called the HAR file scam. This one's pretty simple. The scammer will initiate it by sending you a message, usually through a bot, claiming that they're a developer of some famous game, and they love your avatar and want to pay you thousands of Robux in exchange for you letting them use it in their game. Already you should see a red flag here. Roblox players don't just automatically have legal rights to the avatars they're wearing. If they did, legal systems everywhere would be flooded with bacon hairs, suing each other for billions of dollars. They shouldn't need to pay you anything. But some Robloxians just can't resist the siren song of free Robux and will continue with the scam. If you pursue the offer, usually by contacting the scammer through a Discord account that they provide in their message, notice how we're off-site now, the scammer will agree to pay you as soon as you give them your avatar template. The way they say you can get this is by going to your avatar editor page, navigating to the network tab on Inspect Element, right-clicking on this avatar file, and clicking Save All as HAR. The resulting HAR file is what they say is your avatar template that will allow them to use your avatar in their game. But watch what happens when we navigate to a completely different page on the site with this network tab still open. We scroll up to the top and see a file that looks almost exactly the same as that avatar template file, except instead of avatar, it says discover. As it turns out, that isn't your avatar template at all. It's a file that's meant to keep track of all the data related to your current session on the site, and that includes that ever so important Roblox security cookie I mentioned earlier. You know, the one that allows anyone who has it to skip directly onto your account without having to know your password or two-factor authentication. I can't show it to you for obvious reasons, but trust me, it's there, and it's the only reason the scammer wants that file from you. There's no such thing as an avatar template. If you want to get someone's avatar in game, all you have to do is download this plugin, type in their username, and press one button. It's that easy. There are other variants of this type of scam as well, wherein the scammer might ask you to send them a wide variety of different types of confidential information, from password reset links to two-factor authentication codes. Sometimes they'll get them by tricking you into screen sharing them, or by getting you to send pictures of them, or even by making you add their email address as a forwarding address for your email account so they can intercept password reset emails. In general, you should never share password reset methods, two-factor authentication codes, or files downloaded off Inspect Element to anyone ever. There's almost never a situation where you'll actually need to, and anyone trying to make you think differently is 100% a scammer. The final type of scam we'll discuss here is false promises scams. These are extra special because they don't actually involve you downloading any malware, clicking any untrustworthy links, sending sensitive information, or anything like that. These just force you to manually send over your stuff 100% of your own accord, and as such, there's no way to moderate them. One method of doing this is the double trade scam. With this type of scam, a trader will offer you an insane deal on one of your items, better than anything you've ever seen in your life, with just the slight caveat that they have to set it in 2 parts. Some trades are legitimately done in multiple parts like this, but it's usually only done when it's absolutely necessary in order to make a fair trade, and traders are normally super apprehensive about it, as they know that even if an impartial middleman is used, anyone involved in the deal can easily pull out with the items at any point in time. But that's not the case with double trade scammers. They'll eagerly send you 2 trades, one where you lose all your money and one where you gain it all back for the insane deal. However, notice the big trade here contains Robux. Immediately after sending this trade, the scammer will spend all of their Robux, meaning that this big trade won't go through. So when you take the deal and accept both trades, the big one will bounce, but the one where you lose everything will go right on through. Now that you know what the scammers are really up to with this one though, you've just unlocked a secret way to mess with them really badly. The next time someone comes up to you in Trade Hangout and offers you one of these kinds of deals, say yes, and then immediately go to your trades page and spam refresh until you see the trades come through. Then accept the big one as fast as possible before the scammer has a chance to spend their Robux, and you've reversed their scam right back around at them and taken all of their money. A much less fun fake promise scam, however, is the API scam. The scammer will initiate this scam by telling you they want to make you a really good deal, just like with the double trade scam. This time though, before they send you the trade, they need you to scan your items to see whether or not it's poison. Poisoned items are actually a real thing, where if a limited is stolen off a hacked account and the hacking victim successfully gets Roblox to return their items to them, anyone who owns the stolen items is at risk of getting banned whether they participated in the hacking or not. However, there's no program out there that can scan an item to see if it's poison. You just have to infer whether or not it is by looking at its previous owners on Rollamons and seeing if one of them is someone who was recently hacked. What the scammer will tell you though is that the way you scan items is by visiting a Roblox-owned website called trades.roblox.com/docs. Then they'll hand you a string of numbers that they claim to be the ID of the item you need to scan. Simply enter that ID into this box here and it'll scan the item. But not really, because if you look at it closely, you'll notice that this right here is Roblox's Trade Accept API. The ID the scammer sent you was the ID of a trade that he sent you without your knowledge, which you just accepted with the API, thus losing you everything. If you've been paying attention, you might have noticed that the screenshots I've been using to show you this scam feature my own Discord account. That's right, as a young trader, I myself was scammed using this method. I'd just gotten my first ever massive payment for building someone a futuristic prison map, and I spent it all on 50k worth of limiteds to get a trading career started. But thanks to Volcano here, in one fell swoop, I lost it all. I actually got double whammied with this one. Soon after this trade happened, I found myself locked out of my account. I don't know if something I sent in the screenshot I gave him of the trade API was sensitive and allowed him access to my account, or if I just stumbled across a cookie logger link by coincidence somewhere else along my bumbling failed trade escapades that day, but I was now not only out 50k, I was out my entire account. I already had a support ticket open with Roblox to try and get my items back, but then I had to frantically add on that something much worse had happened, and thankfully they were understanding and I got the account back relatively quickly for Roblox support standards. All of my remaining items and Robux were still on there. My guess is that the amounts I had left on there were too small for whoever took it to bother stealing them, and they just wanted to add the account to a botnet. I wasn't able to get my items back as I had sent them through a trade API completely of my own accord. What was I expecting? But it honestly could have been a lot worse. Soon after I had gotten my 50k payment, I had been contacted by a completely separate scammer claiming to be a Roblox employee who had noticed a large spike in value on my account, which, given the fact that I had just gone from 0 to 50k out of nowhere, seemed pretty legitimate to me. They threatened to terminate me unless I could contact them via Discord and prove to them that the spike was legitimate, so not wanting that to happen, I immediately did so. They never responded, but what I'd come to find out later was that if they had responded, they would have asked me to prove that I was the real owner of my account by showing them my reset password link, which I honestly probably would have done, not gonna lie. After I got API scammed, I actually ended up DMing that impersonator in a panic, hoping that they could fast track me getting my items back somehow, and I'm sure they had a real good laugh about it. And after all that, I never got scammed again. Except by myself, of course. I'm also like 75% sure that my situation was the entire reason why now whenever you use one of Roblox's APIs, you see this big old dialog box warning you to not send any information from there or paste information into there, because when I got scammed, that warning was nowhere to be found, but I checked back in after I got my account back and there it was. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Well, that pretty much covers all the different types of Roblox scams that have existed over the years. There are tons and tons of different methods out there, but a lot of them are kind of just reskins of the same core scams, so I did my best to cover all of those as thoroughly as possible. Now you can go out into the world of Roblox valuables feeling confident in your ability to detect scams, as you've officially seen pretty much all of them that Roblox has to offer. Except this one. Nowadays, almost everyone is on the lookout for the latest online game titles, which can be simply a click on away. The recent and also the trendiest video games are available online for free. You believe over it and you simply have it. Only a bit of search is required. The free online video games are keen to offer you games which will occupy all your free time anywhere and everywhere. Obtain Roblox hack and attain game through your folks and enemies. You will find not simply the latest online games, but additionally an incredible assortment of video games like shooting video games, arcade video games, kids video games, Flash online games, board games, sporting activities online games, World Wide Web game titles, motion video games, online video games, internet game titles, as well as a whole lot even more. Not just this, if Gown Up game is your decision, you'll find it that far too, in free online game titles for free. Roblox is run by a growing group of creators who generate an infinite variety of highly immersive ordeals. Greater will be to click here or stop by our formal website to be aware of more details on Hack Roblox. The very best excellent requirements nowadays are like that it can help to fulfill you by furnishing you the latest Flash video games available. So what exactly are you ready for? Just go online to free online games and revel in a world brimming with impressive online games. You name it and it's visible on the display for you to perform happily. When you have got a regular typical option, your want is filled listed here with this segment too. The vintage arcade online games, which offer you the most up-to-date additionally, the most wished typical Mario and Sonic online games in addition to other classics like Pac-Man, remarkably from the free online version. games. Free online games not merely conclusion right here. Shooting recreation fans, there is a room for yourself also. To deliver out the actual shooter in you can find a range of free online shooting game titles. If wanted intrigued consumers can click here or stop by our formal website for you to find out about Roblox cheats. It's confident that you would under no circumstances at any time imagine going or searching almost every other site, since the moment logged on to free online game titles, you won't have place to depart, since it is loaded with the latest games for all genres. Your gaming practical experience will be these types of that it'll preserve you on, whatever or how your temper is. These video games are only a click absent, and you will erase the term bore from a phrase dictionary. No need to insert any free online game site towards your favorites or to bookmark it. These include uncomplicated to remember, and on top of that, it's normally there within your thoughts due to the fact that participating in certainly not only helps make you feel really exhausted, as these game titles fits all people. So what will you be waiting around for? Just simply click and enjoy free online video games and practical experience, the primary difference as part of your living. Before I let you guys go, I'd just like to say a few things about the way this channel's been going lately. Out of nowhere, my video on how to make classic avatars kind of blew up, and the channel's jumped from 1k subs to over 6k, and it might even be at 7 or 8k by the time this gets uploaded. I'd just like to welcome all the new people who've found my channel recently and say that I'm super happy you're enjoying this content as much as I like making it. Some of you have called me your new favorite YouTuber, which I honestly never expected to happen at all, and all of your comments and messages have been really heartwarming and motivating to read. I know you hear this kind of thing from YouTubers a lot, but no matter how many times we say it, it never gets any less true. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much. Also, to those of you who stuck around to the very end, my next video will feature a short Q&A session in it, so if you have any burning questions to ask me, you know the drill, pop them in the comments. There's no limit to how many questions you can ask. I'm just kind of experimenting and testing the waters with this sort of thing right now, so yeah, fire away. And be sure to make them discreet. We don't want any of those quitters who stopped watching halfway through to know about this. Anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. I've been Nitro Lord, and I will see all of you next time. Bye! If you've been on Roblox YouTube for any amount of time, you've probably come across videos with titles like, "This Roblox hacker is targeting me. Don't accept Roblox hacker's friend requests. This Roblox hacker died in real life. Scariest hacker group in Roblox? The Roblox Bun Bun Girls." It seems like practically every week, new videos are published warning Roblox players about the new boogeyman of the week hellbent on hacking Roblox. We constantly see YouTube shorts featuring some random player with a dark outfit and creepy username promising to hack Roblox in 7 days, or hack your account if you say a certain phrase in game, or do not go into this black cabin in this hacker's game or your Roblox app will get deleted. Ooh. Creekcraft even has a whole series about it. Now, if you're over the age of 7, it should come as no surprise to you that all of these videos are fake, or at least greatly exaggerated. Groups like Team Cool Kid, the Bloxfruits hackers, did actually wreak havoc on Roblox, but one, they were only localized to certain game servers, which are much easier to do damage to than Roblox as a whole, and two, they weren't actually hacking. The definition of hacking is widely varied across different sources, but the main aspect of it that everyone seems to agree on is that it involves accessing data that you're not supposed to have access to. What the people I just mentioned were doing was actually exploiting, finding and using insecurities in games to do things they weren't supposed to do. No data was ever actually accessed on a wide scale, otherwise they could have changed the in-game data of any user that had data saved in the game, like levels, unlockables, kill counts, etc. Roblox is a platform